Hi, my name is Joe, and I'm going to do an unboxing video for the board game King of Tokyo. King of Tokyo by Richard Garfield. Made in China by Watts Games. Published by Yellow. Powered by Aura Games. I can't tell who makes these things. They have so many names on them. Lots of awards. This is a really good game. It's really simple. And some would say too simple, but it's really good when you're kind of tired and you just need something easy to play that's not going to melt your brain and is going to be inherently fun because it's so silly. It's basically Godzilla, King Kong, Mothra, those kind of monsters, but without licensing, so they made their own names for them. And you play the monsters, and you destroy Tokyo. Fantastic. An ad for Zombie 15, because there aren't enough zombie games. I never heard of this one. Zombie 15. That's why they need to advertise it. And Shinobi Wata, King of Tokyo, the power-up expansion, which I have, and I'm going to do an unboxing video of that too. Pina Pirata. Steam Park I've heard of. I haven't played that yet. The instructions. The instructions are a bit of a read. It's these 4 pages. Not too bad, but the game is pretty simple once you've played it, which is true of many games. This one's one where it really doesn't take very long to explain to somebody. This is the board, one side. Tokyo City and Tokyo Bay. You only use Tokyo Bay if you're playing with 5 to 6 players, which they conveniently write directly on the card for you. And this is the King of Tokyo stuff. These are the energy cubes, or what I like to call the Energon cubes from Transformers. You use the energy to trade in for special powers for your monsters during the game, and you get energy by rolling energy dice or doing certain other things. These are the monsters. I would call these the character sheets. There's the King, Mecha Dragon, Cyber Bunny, Gigazor, Kraken, and Alienoid. There's a sequel to this game called King of New York, which mechanically I kind of like a little bit better. But King of Tokyo it's the original, it's classic, and it's really good. It's really quite simple and fun. These are, again, those same 6 monsters, but these are the ones that are on double-sided cardboard, very strong and thick, that you put onto these stands to make them go on or off the board into Tokyo City or Tokyo Bay. And these just stand on here like this. And then go into Tokyo City or Tokyo Bay if you're with 5 or 6 people, or off the board if you're not. And the basic violent mechanic is that people who are in Tokyo City or Tokyo Bay punch out to all the monsters that are outside of the city, and people who are outside of the city punch in towards the monsters who are inside the city. So it's city dweller versus everyone else. And when you punch, the person has the opportunity to leave Tokyo, which causes the puncher to have to go into Tokyo, which gives you victory points, but it puts you at risk for being punched more. These are the tokens for some of the power-up cards. Some of the power-ups that you can buy at the end of your turn have counters for the number of times that you can use them, and that's what these are. This is for about 3 or 4 different powers use these tokens. They don't come up that much, but when you do buy a power that's requires tokens, that's what you use. And then there's the deck of power-up cards, which add quite a bit of spice to the game because they let you do different things. Some of them are discards. They say discard in red at the bottom, and they'll say things like this. In the upper left corner is the number of energy points it takes to buy that card at the end of your turn, if you have enough energy. This is Corner Store. Discard this card immediately and gain 1 blue star, which is to say 1 victory point down here. The game is won by either getting 20 victory points or by killing all the other monsters. A couple other cards. Many of these are discards. A lot of them are about destroying either forms of transportation, like commuter train. You get victory points for destroying things like that. Tanks, apartment building, skyscraper, jet fighters. Basically, doing destruction to a city is highly rewarded. And then some of them are keeps. They'll say keep in blue at the bottom. Those cards stay with you indefinitely unless something causes them to go away. This one is herd color. You can change one of your dice to a 1 each turn. So I think that what they're saying is that the 1s are meant to represent that you killed 1 person, because I guess killing people is also rewarded. That brings us to the dice. There are 6 black dice, and they look like this. They're quite enjoyable. They have on them 6 unique faces. The 1, the 2, the 3, the heart, which lets you heal, but not if you're in Tokyo, only if you're outside. The claw, which is a punch for doing damage to people who are not in the same place you are. Not people, monsters, doing damage to monsters. And the lightning bolt, which lets you gain energy. So on your turn, you roll all 6 of these dice, and then you decide which ones you want to keep. And if you get 3 of a same number, then you get that number of victory points. This roll here would give me 2 energy and nothing, because these are not 3 of a kind. So maybe I could re-roll all of these to try to get the 1, but that's not the greatest move. So I'll take the energy, and I'll re-roll these 2. And I got 2 punches, and a health, and a 3. The 3 is useless, and the health would be useless at the beginning of the game if I already had maximum health. So maybe I would keep these, and then I get my 3rd re-roll. You get 3. I'll re-roll these 2, and I got a 1 and a 2, which is not so useful. So at the end of that turn, I would take my 2 Energon cubes, and I would do 2 points of damage to my opponents. The damage would be recorded on these character sheets, which have dials to indicate the number of health points you currently have and the number of victory points you currently have. If the star gets to 20, you instantly win. If the hearts go to 0, you instantly go dead. There's also 2 extra dice for when you get a card that gives you an extra die. One of the most powerful cards in the game is called the extra head, which just means you roll 7 dice. You keep one of these with you, and you roll 7 dice instead of 6 for the rest of the game. Everybody else rolls 6. That gives you a lot of extra good stuff. And that's it. That's everything that's in the box. This is King of Tokyo. One of the weaknesses of the game is that all of the monsters are functionally exactly equivalent, which means that it doesn't matter which one you pick. It's just style, what you want to look at while you're playing. There's an expansion called the Power-Up expansion, which makes it so that all the monsters actually do have different powers. And I'll do a separate unboxing video for that, because I think that that makes the game even better. So that's everything in the King of Tokyo box. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please click the like button. If you want to see more of my videos, please click the subscribe button on YouTube. You can also follow me on Twitter and Facebook and other places I'll put in the description. If you have a suggestion for a video you'd like me to make, please leave it in the comments. Thanks for watching. I will see you tomorrow.